That is the reason why Bitcoin came down today. Nothing has changed it. They were just coming up here to the $82,000 level, and only then I will flip tremendously bullish here. I know that you are getting crushed by the market right now with this continuous sideways chop that we're experiencing in Bitcoin and across the whole market. And I also know you are wondering, when will this finally come to an end? Why is the market on pause in this bull run? And how much longer will this actually last? And how much more losses you have potentially to take before we are finally going back to the upside? That is something that I'm going to show you today. Don't worry, I got you. I know what's going to happen. Let's do this. So we're starting directly off here on the 4-hourly chart for Bitcoin, not 8 hours. Why was this on the 8-hourly chart? So here on the 8-hourly chart, on the 4-hourly chart, we see that Bitcoin is still below the EMA ribbon here. On the 8-hourly chart, Bitcoin is holding support on the 200 moving average. As long as we are holding here support, I'm not really concerned in the short term what is going to happen here with Bitcoin. We are seeing here these sweeps coming partially in, and that we are stuck here in more or less $800 range between $66,000 to $67,000. Yeah, okay, $1,000 range, $67,000. So it is a quite narrow range for the current Bitcoin price. It's just 1.4% more or less, 1.6%, where the Bitcoin price is trading in for now already almost a week. If I count from the last time we came down here from that bigger retracement. The EMA ribbon here on the 8-hourly chart is also not looking really good. We've just flipped here into a downtrend. We are still technically within the golden cross here, and price could just revert at any given moment above the 50 moving average here again, but that would be currently at $68,200 approximately if we would actually see this happening here. When I go back to the 4-hourly chart, then in terms of liquidity, again, here's so much short liquidity. It is baffling why, for myself, we are not seeing a bigger move here to the upside to take out all this liquidity, which makes me believe that there is a potential where we see one final capitulation to the downside to like $65, $200, $300 while we are holding this low here and not going below that, and then finally see the markets taking them off. When we are moving to this 4-hourly chart, also here the bullish divergence is for the time being still intact. Nothing has changed here. Only if we close the current 4-hourly candle at current prices and not a little bit higher, then potentially in the next 4 hours, this bullish divergence would get invalidated. But for now, we are kind of clinging to this upward sloping trend here on the RSI. And as long as we are doing that and staying above the upward sloping trend here, the bullish divergence is still in place and can technically play out today. But I'm going to show you in a moment a small time window that is quite reliable in terms of reversals for the market. So make sure that you watch here till the end, guys. Really, really important. So when we're going to the liquidation heat map, you see also massive liquidity concentration is here between the $70,000 and $72,000 level. Nothing has changed here, just that more money basically got poured in here. Which is telling us that at some point, once we are starting to move up here, that will be a super, super volatile move and a sustainable move also once we are coming back above here. I'm not saying sustainable in the sense of that we are seeing here a God candle pushing $6,000-$7,000 to the upside and we are actually closing immediately above that. No, I mean once we are pushing here to the upside, that we are not seeing the prices, the current prices for quite a while once again. So I believe the next time that we are breaking here above $69,000, $70,000, that we are not coming back for quite a while into these lower mid $60 levels. And let me actually have a quick look here on the 24 hours. Yeah, also here we have taken out the long side concentrated liquidity at $65,900. There is a little bit still below us. I'm not gonna lie. There is still something left here. We could, like I said, we could technically go all the way down to $65,200, but then is for a long time not coming anything in terms of liquidations. And then we have only here around $67,400 the liquidity left here that built up over the last 24 hours. So, but also here, the concentration in terms of liquidity is to the upside. So I'm really waiting here any second to see a massive move. But I don't believe that we are going to get it. I'm going to show you here just in a second where the next move potentially will come from. I can tell you how the next move is going to look like based on CoinGlass. And here, what I'm waiting for is a spike in funding rates to the upside. That will then also give a spike in here leverage. And also on the spot market, you're going to see that at the same time, the open interest will also get a spike, and the price will also see a spike to the upside. The only thing that I don't see is once all these short sellers are get liquidated in that open interest move to the upside, that we are actually going to reach the top range here, because you have to understand here is still a lot of open interest from short sellers in the market. Yeah, so what we can also not rule out is they were just coming up here to the $82,000 level. No, 82,000 volume level, getting rejected, going to the downside, price keeps going, pushing higher because all of the open interest that will get flushed from the short seller side. So I'm still waiting here to see here a nice uptick in open interest and an uptick in leverage. Spot has tried to get an uptick here. We are potentially still in the process of that uptick, and yeah, you're gonna see that then across the board. Here you're gonna see definitely a massive increase in open interest once we're breaking above the $67,000 level. But yeah, I'm gonna show you now some hints where I believe this is going to come from. So one, I believe the moon phases are again not in our favors here playing right now, because we had a new moon. Every new moon crypto is going down overall. You can call me crazy, but for some weird reason they actually work, you know. So I was not giving a lot of merit to it in the past, but we have to admit that they're actually working. You see also here new moon, crypto went down, full moon, crypto went up again, new moon, we went down, full moon, we went up a little bit. Then here new moon, we went down, full moon, we went up. Now we had a new moon. The next full moon is coming this Friday. And funny enough, when we're going here to our correction chart for Bitcoin, on Saturday, we're also 102 days into this correction, and that could be in alignment with, so that will be in alignment with the full moon. So, and that could mark the end of this Bitcoin correction where we finally revert back to the upside. So here is some conclusive directional past evidence that that we are going after a full moon back here to the upside. So like I said, it is coincidentally working out with the longest correction that we ever had, that we are getting also 102 days. So what if we are getting 101 days in the cycle? That would be the second longest correction that we had in the cycle. It makes a lot of sense to me if you are asking me here right now. Then something else that piqued my interest when I looked into it was that Tether minted here again last Friday $1 billion, and this has not hit the market yet. Usually when Tether is minting, they are buying Bitcoin with it, or it gets sent to an exchange and they are buying Bitcoin with it. We did not see printing pump yet for Bitcoin. And when we're going back here into the past where Tether was printing quite a lot, every time when Tether printed, we got a pump afterwards. Printed, pump afterwards. Printed, pump afterwards. So here we got immediately a pump when we got a tweet that they were printing. Also here we got a small pump, here big pump. Now where is our pump? Where's our Tether minting pump? We did not get one yet. So, and that's also something that I'm waiting for. It can sometimes take a little bit before we get a proper pump. Just if you look here, the continuation from this mint here took quite a while before we saw continuation into the upside. We could be in a phase like that where we basically get crushed into boredom. And like I said, the market paused on hold before we see continuation. So, but in my opinion, this is coming, guys. Potentially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we finally gonna get some fireworks here. There, like I said, there is a small chance that we are actually seeing it today because everything is super oversold across the market. You're gonna see it here in a moment, also in some altcoins. And just that you see here, 15th of June, so here USDT minted at Tether Treasury. Then shortly afterwards, we saw here, where was that? I saw here some USDT transferred from the Treasury to Kraken, Bitfinex to Kraken. No, it was not this one. No, actually, I don't think it was here from Treasury. No, so you see the $1 billion that were minted at Tether, they are still there. They haven't moved yet. They are not yet deployed in the market. So, and that's why I believe that potentially we are a couple days away, in the best case, a couple hours, to see this money getting deployed and finally mark the local bottom for continuation to the upside. And guys, if you want to trade in this volatile market, then make sure that you sign up on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free for signing up with the link here down below under the video and in the description below. And in the pinned comment. And if you cannot trade on BYBIT, use Margex. They don't have any KYC. Use the link down below for that. And if you want to copy trade me, go to FAIRDESK. You still get $120,000 worth of bonuses with the link here down below. And don't forget that also we still have our weekly giveaway. You can win $1,000 if you sign up with my BYBIT link, deposit $100, subscribe to my channel, and have the notification bell on for all notifications. The winner will be randomly chosen between today and the next 7 days. It can be even in this video, it can be in the next one, it can be in the first 10 seconds, in the last 10 seconds. You never know, guys. You never know. But once we announce you, you have 12 hours to reach out to my team at info@amcrypto.us to claim your $1,000. If you don't do that, in the next following video, we will give the money to somebody else. And we're going to show you the first winner either this week or next week. So the winner is confirmed. Everything is fine. BYBIT will take care to transfer the $1,000 into the account of the winner. And then you're actually going to see the winner here on the show. Now let's continue. The divergence on the 8-hourly chart here with our lower low structure and the overall market structure is still intact. Nothing has changed here. Also here, potential bounce coming. If we see a bounce here on the 8-hour chart on the RSI, that would be the confirmation that we need to see here a break of the $67,000 level. And only then I will flip tremendously bullish here once again. Right now, I'm kind of like neutral. Yeah, kind of neutral, so neutral on the fence with both sides. But if we are getting here a proper push above $67,000 and can close the candle body above that, that's it, guys. That is your signal that this correction is finally over. So, and that's what I'm waiting for. I just want to show you something here that is inherently bearish. I just have to do it. I have to do it, guys. So here you have a bear flag. You have a bear flag on Bitcoin. So if that bear flag would play out, we would go down to $63,000 and fill that fair value gap from that vector candle that we have here. So just something that I needed to point out if we break here into lower levels and lose the upward sloping trend on the RSI. So now let's talk about altcoins. Altcoins are massively oversold. I put up here on CoinGlass the RSI Heatmap. So when we're looking here at the altcoin market, you see that roughly 80% of all altcoins are massively oversold on the 4-hourly chart. On the 12-hourly chart, it looks similar. And also on the daily chart, it looks pretty similar. So you have some coins that are slightly strong and oversold here, like Tone, like Telegram, Monero, and you have a lot of coins, some coins here in the neutral area, and then you have, like I said, you have quite a lot here in oversold territory, and that is also a sign for that a potential bounce is coming in the short term, that you should be prepared for. Hence why I gave you yesterday some altcoins. Some of them are not doing so well, of course, today with Bitcoin correcting to the downside. And I actually missed one chart that I wanted to show you guys. I just try to find this one really quick. So the futures chart, that is the reason why Bitcoin came here a little bit down today. And that is that small CME gap that we formed over the weekend. So that was just a $200 CME gap. We came really quickly back down to fill this. And now that this is filled, I expect here some price movement back to the upside. So if we are losing the CME gap as support right now, as a support level, and then I would expect that we keep going lower. So for the time being, this is holding the screen area, but lose the low of that 4-hourly candle at $66,100 on the CME chart, and we will move lower in the short term. Just something that I wanted to point out here. So now back to altcoins. And the DXY. The DXY is moving here to the downside. Guys, I told you yesterday that this is something that I was expecting, that the DXY is coming down today. So we want to see some follow through. We want to see here a move under 105.47 points here on the DXY and close that candle below that resistance that we broke on Friday. So we want to see today a close below that, because that would potentially give us an early sign of a reversal in the DXY with continuation to the downside, which will be then, of course, good again for all risk on assets. Now, when we're looking at the USDT dominance, the dominance is, of course, moving up here, which is really, really bad for us because people are going back into stable coins and closing their positions. And that is, of course, also then forcing prices to the downside because most of them are taking a loss in the current market because overall the dominance is on the rise since the beginning of the month here. So and if we take it a little bit further, then you can say almost a whole month already we are here since we came down here to 4.29%. Since then, we are technically going more or less here to the upside in the dominance. So, and that's why we are bleeding so much on altcoins while people are taking profit or getting out of their losing positions and back into what's left, into USDT, and that is pushing up the USDT dominance. So here, I just want to see also a reversal by today or tomorrow, that we are coming back to the downside and that we are not going to basically to the 5% level. If we would go up here to the 5% level, Bitcoin will be around $62,000, $63,000. So just that you are aware of that. So that would be definitely really, really bad. The Bitcoin dominance is, of course, spiking because people going back also into Bitcoin as a safe haven, hence why we see the dominance spiking here today. Remember, I had lined that out, that we go down, we're gonna get a spike back up, and then we finally go down for good. That is still the case here. So give it just 2-3 days, then we should finally see here a bigger reversal occurring on the chart. Then Ethereum is fighting with the downward sloping trend line to hold this basically as support. We need to come back to $3,565, so more or less 1% move here back to the upside. If we create here a nice wick, that would be a strong sign that Ethereum is ready to bounce off that line and continue the upwards trajectory. If we close below that line, then we get potentially one more retest around the $3,450 level before I see here continuation to the upside. Really quick, Solana is back in our second buy zone overall. I told you yesterday to buy here. If you did not catch it, here's your last chance to buy it as at these low prices, in my opinion. as long as Bitcoin is holding that low that I had shown you at $65,000, chances are high that the whole market is going to bounce here really, really soon over the next coming days. And that's it already for today's episode, guys. I know the market is boring. I know it feels like we are on pause in terms of the bull run, but we're gonna resume it really, really soon. So hang in there. I'm every day here for you guys to keep you updated what's happening. And therefore, don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you in the next one.